It's my biggest achievement in life. I know who I am. I love who I am. I like what I do, and I like how I do it, and I like my mistakes, and I like the way I learn, and I like the pace with which I learn my mistakes. I don't want to be anybody else but me. And by knowing this, I want to continue figuring out who the I am. That's it.
Yo, 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 what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jay Sin, coming back with another one, man. The Most High done woke us up, man. Listen, let's take this opportunity to be great, you know what I mean? But real quick, though, in that clip, you got Zoe Saldana, you know what I mean? Zoe Saldana, a big-time actress, successful actress, beautiful actress, you know what I mean? I love her work, you know what I'm saying? But like she said in that clip, her biggest achievement is just knowing who she is and loving everything about who she is. You know what I mean? Loving her mistakes. Love how she take her time and correct her mistakes. She love everything about herself, bottom line. You know what I mean? She love everything about herself, and she's still getting to know herself, because that is what life is all about. That is a big achievement, because a lot of people running around don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I don't even know all the way who I am. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm on this journey right now. And this journey has brought me closer to knowing who I am more than anything. You know what I'm saying? More than anything right now. So right now, listen, this is probably the most I've gotten to learn about myself in a very long time, if ever. You know, and that's the goal. That's the goal. That's what you want to do, and that's how you want to be in life. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people. You got to understand, we in an age where everybody is watching everybody else and trying to mimic them. So they don't even know who they are. I used to do it. You know, and that's one thing I want, you know, that I love doing on this channel, is admitting to my faults, my mistakes, my issues, and things that I have currently and back then. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do that, then you ain't gonna never figure out who you are. So you got to be okay with looking in the mirror and figuring things out, and, you know, getting to learn who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the goal. That's the goal. The goal is to not mimic and be somebody that you're not. Is to learn who you are and be comfortable in your own skin. And I think that this journey, and along with other journeys that we may embark on in this life, will teach us those things. You know, because this challenge us, you know what I mean? And that's what we need. If we don't ever challenge ourselves, we ain't gonna never learn ourselves. Real talk. If we just give in to bullshit, we ain't gonna never learn ourselves either. You know, and like I said, we live in an age where everybody just watching, everybody scrolling on Instagram, everybody on Facebook, everybody, you know, just worshiping these celebrities, and they want to be like these celebrities and all of that shit. They seeing everything that's going on, and that's what they want to be. That's who they aspire to be. But we have to aspire to be ourselves. We have to aspire to be who we are, because we should be our biggest fan no matter what. We should be our biggest fan. You know, and how we was when we was drowning in negativity, we didn't know who we were at the time. Listen, we acted like we was fans of ourselves, and that's what a lot of people doing. They disguise themselves in shoes. They disguise themselves in certain clothes. You know what I mean? They disguise themselves around the people that they hang with to make them feel better about themselves, as if they know theyself, but they don't know theyself with all of that. They just got a bunch of disguises and costumes, and then they use that to make them feel good about themselves. But man, we need to learn how to feel good about our raw self. We need to accept our flaws. You know what I mean? We need to know our flaws, accept our flaws, learn our mistakes, learn how to deal with our mistakes. You know, we need to know everything and deal with that and become the best version of who we are, become the best version of ourselves, not what they want us to be, not what somebody else in a relationship want us to be, not what society want us to be, but who we want to be and who we are deep down inside. That is the goal. Like she said, that is one of her biggest achievements, because she can live life, right? She can live life for herself. You know what I mean? And the ones that she care about around her. She don't got to worry about what people got to say about her, because she knows who she is. She knows who she is. So that's the goal in life in general. With all of us, we should be trying to learn right now exactly who we are. We should be challenging ourselves. We should know ourselves. We should know our flaws. We should be okay with our mistakes. We should be okay with correcting our mistakes. We should be okay with how we learn. You know what I'm saying? We should be okay with everything and learn everything else, everything we need to learn about ourselves to move forward. Period. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the goal that we have. That's the goal that we should have. That's the goal that I think this journey is pushing us towards. Because doing what we was doing and all of that shit, being caught up in all of this negativity that's around us, having anxiety and, you know what I mean? Just floating in the wind, not knowing where we going in life, all of this shit. Listen, this brings this all together. You know what I mean? It's almost, like I said, it's not just one thing. It's like a package deal. This is like a compacted journey that's going to teach us a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? It's going to teach us a lot of shit. And we should be trying to do that anyways. We should be challenging ourselves anyways. You know what I mean? We should be trying to get to know who we are anyways. You know, but we get so caught up into everything else that we never had that chance. We never looked into it. We didn't care. But now is the time, man. You know, now is the time. Look how comfortable she is. She looked more excited about learning more about herself. Listen, this is a lifetime thing, is what y'all got to understand. This is a lifetime thing. And with experience, as we move forward, that's when we'll get to learn who we are moving forward. But you can't be stagnant. You can't be okay with your surroundings and then expect to be a genius and know everything about the fucking world. It don't work like that, because you ain't been through everything. You ain't done nothing. You was just comfortable with where you was at. You know what I'm saying? So if you just comfortable with where you was at, well, then how you expect to elevate and grow and know who the fuck you truly are? When you go through things, right? When you go through things and you done been through battles and shit, listen, you learn true grit. You know what I mean? You learn how much fight you got in you. You learn how much energy you got in you. You know what I'm saying? When you deal with certain situations, and depending on how you handle it, you learn how positive you are. You learn how negative you can be. You know what I mean? You learn all of those things. You know what I mean? And then when you learning all of these things, the things that you don't like, you get to work on that. You get to work on that. And that's the thing, man. It's about working on ourselves just as much, man, because that's what the fuck grown-ass men do. That's what grown-ass men do. We work on ourselves. We try to work on the shit that we don't like. We try to figure out shit. That's what men do. Men don't be just following up behind celebrities and shit like that. Men don't be sitting there praising everything and being okay with everything that's just happening to them and sitting around and not changing it. Grown ass men ain't just surrounding themselves around people to make them feel good. No, that ain't what we doing. That's not what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We embarking on this journey to figure out who the fuck we are and figure out how much fight we got in us and figure out how much we willing to change. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people ain't willing to change nothing. It's a lot of people ain't willing to change nothing. So if you going out here, man, you putting your fucking life on the line. If you out here motherfucking, you know, putting your comfort on the line, listen, man, this is you are doing what a fucking warrior should be doing. You know what I'm saying? A warrior ain't gonna know shit if he ain't been through no battles, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you start putting yourself in these situations, you take yourself out of comfort and you start risking some shit and you get out here, man, listen. There ain't no better way to learn yourself, man. But being caught up in everything in your surroundings, man. You know, being caught up, allowing yourself to just, you know, just drown in social media shit, and now you find yourself just doing everything for the gram, doing everything for Facebook. You're not doing nothing for yourself by doing that. You just giving it all to everybody else, and you know what I'm saying? It's just you giving all your energy to people that don't care nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? You giving all your energy to them when you got this whole life in front of you to live, but you giving it to everybody else. You know what I mean? You more concerned with what people think about you. So you got to put up this image to disguise who you truly are, because you don't know who you truly are. So the thing is, we got to get out of that shit. We got to change the shit that we doing right now. We got to change our own lives. We can't put it in other people's hands and expect them to change our lives. They not going to do it. They not going to do it, because 9 times out of 10, before I go, 9 times out of 10, they are doing the exact same thing that you are doing if you living like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was all caught up in the Facebook and all of that other shit and trying to impress everybody else and was out here drinking and doing drugs and smoking, all I had was a disguise over me. You know what I'm saying? I tried to disguise it with my music. I tried to disguise it in my Facebook posts. I was trying to disguise it with my clothes. I was trying to disguise what the fuck I was actually doing in several different ways. And 9 times out of 10, like I said, the people that I was surrounded around and the people that I'm on Facebook with following, and they following me, and the shit that I was seeing, everybody was doing the same shit. And that's all you doing. Everybody just doing the same shit. So when are you going to make that decision to step outside of that matrix and change something about your life? You know what I mean? Because it's all on you. If you want to stay in the mix, if you want to stay in that tornado and never elevate in life, and you happy with that, then so be it. But if you're trying to change something about your life, if you're trying to elevate, if you're trying to manifest things in your life, you know what I mean? If you're trying to become the best version of yourself, then listen, do yourself a fucking favor. Step outside of that. Step outside of your comfort zone. Get off there. Get off these social media platforms. Get out there, challenge yourself, and get to learn yourself, man. Get to know yourself. Love yourself. You know what I mean? Because that's the way to go right now with all this hate that's in this world. You know what I mean? And before I go, again, like I said, with all this hate in this world, and guess what? A lot of that hate is people that hate themselves. It ain't just people just hating on everybody else, and it's just a bunch of hate for everybody else. Listen, that hate that y'all see for everybody else is started within them. That shit is growing in their bodies. That hate that they have for the person next to them, that hate that they have for this world, the hate that they have for everything that they see in life, guess what? That shit started with them. They hate they self. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, you don't want to be like that. So step outside now before it's too late, and stop disguising who you are. And that's my word, man. My name Jason and Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace. First, I'ma get on my grind. Then second, stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get